All right. Welcome to another impactful episode. It's number 31. And it is mad. Oh, I'm sorry. It's made for each other with Viju and Guju. Well, it doesn't matter. It's both the same with this lovely couple. First, let me hi to Vijay and Riddhi. Hey, Vijay, Riddhi.
Hey, hi Amit. Good to see you. Thank you so much for calling us on the show.
Hey, Ahmed, thank you
Uh,
so much. We're very privileged to be here.
Believe me, the privilege is all mine, especially when all the people are going to hear your lovely story. With that, let me first introduce Vijay and Riddhi, or they call it as Viju and Guju. They're from Singapore. They're sales couple working in corporate for more than 15 years, are madly in love with each other. Sorry, madly in love with each other. And they're married for over 14 years now. They are, as I said, famously referred as Viju and Guju or VijuGujju. Riddhi loves to manage events and has choreographed many dances and fashion shows. She has won many titles. Noticeably, she has won Miss Chennai Top Model 2004 and Miss Gills 2005. She's one of the finalists for Mrs. Singapore Beauty Queen 2021. You know, with all the Miss, I just remembered that it's Mrs. now.
It's Mrs. now.
All right. Yeah. And Vijay is a sales director working for a Japanese MNC. Other than his profession, he says that he loves to do anything and everything with his lovely Guju. Karaoke, adventure sports, playing with kids, and being a DJ are some of the things he indulges in. Together, their passion is to empower couples to become power couples. That's interesting. They are launching their first book, and I'm very happy to say that it's on my show. I mean, the name of the book is launched here. It's called as Made for Each Other or Mad for Each Other. Soon, their mantra is be mad for each other to become made for each other. Oh, that's very profound. Actually, I'm gonna tell my wife about that. Today, they share how their spending habits impacted once one of them had to take a break. They share how they had worked as a team to decrease their expenses and increase their income through new avenues. It's almost a very relevant topic. And with that, I would love to pass it on to Viju Guju. I'm keep calling them Viju Guju because I love that. So I pass it on to Guju to share their story of what exactly happened and how they moved on. Please, guys.
Great.
Thank you, Amit, for that lovely introduction of ours. And yes, it is a privilege for us to be launching our show, our book on your show. So thank you so much for that. And before we get into the stories, because the stories that impact our stories that tell a lot about people and their lives and how they are handling situations, challenges, and overcoming them. So thank you for stories that impact. And before we get into the story that we wanted to put forth to the whole world, I was thinking about giving you all a quick reason why we call ourselves VijuGujju, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just
So
also add what Guju was sharing.
Sure.
I follow very closely the stories that impact, and that's very transformational. And I wish you all the very best to see that you keep continuing this for many, many, many more years and impact as many lives could be possible. And
Thank you.
the best part is, and I also always relate to this because I attend so many sessions. End of the sessions, what people remember is the stories,
yes.
right? And definitely that's what impacts them. You won't forget that. So good. So we are here. So why don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my name is Riddhi, as you all know already. While we are right now currently living in Singapore, but we are basically two crazy Chennaiites. So we're from Chennai, and of course, I was born in Cochin, brought up in Chennai. Married a Telugu guy. Vijay's roots are from Andhra.
Yeah, she's a Gujarati. That's why I call her Guju. And in fact, for quite a long time, I used to save my father-in-law's name also as Guju Dad.
Yeah.
So, I love, calling her that way, and I feel much closer. that way.
Absolutely.
And yeah, like she said, we both are from Chennai. We keep speaking in Tamil, though my mother tongue is Telugu, right? So that's how VijuGujju is kind of framed.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And in terms of, I think we should just get into our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, in fact, why we chose this topic here in terms of the financial, impact, because I recollect many a times in my life when I hit the financial issue, right, everything stops. Everything stops. Your mind blocks. You're not ready to, go for any kind of coaching or mentoring or counseling or anything. You first want to deal your financial issue, right?
Absolutely.
If you don't, I mean, the worst. I know health issue is there, but the worst issue I feel is the financial issue, right? If you still have addressed your finance, you have the power to actually manage the other things, at least, with comfort of your mind. That's where we felt we should address
Yes.
this.
And in fact, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to couples, marriages, you will not believe it, but statistics say that financial issue is the number one reason for problems in a marriage. For divorce as well.
Yeah.
So, what better topic than to discuss about financial situations, right?
Yeah.
So, Viju and I, both of us, as you all know, have been worked with various IT companies, and having worked with good companies, you get good pay packets, right? And when it comes to identifying a personality type, when it comes to spending, there could be people who spend, people who save, and people who are like either stingy or spendthrifts, right? So you need to identify each of our personality types,
How
right?
you are. Yeah.
And when it comes to Viju and me, both of us landed in the spendthrift personality type.
Yes.
Okay. So you can imagine, right, how things would be. But before I even go into the personality types, what we both did as a couple,
Yes.
even before the marriage, even before the date of our wedding, we actually got down to talk about how are we going to handle finances after we are going to be together.
Yeah, this was much early in the, at least about 7-8 months before engagement, and at least a year and a half before marriage. The question we had was, hey, we both are working. Whose
Okay.
money is this? Your money is your money, or my money is my money? Is it our money? Whose money is this? What do we want? It's very important we address that question.
See, because most couples these days, I believe, Amit, do not discuss about finance openly. They feel there is some kind of a hesitation when they talk about finance. But what one good thing Viju and I did, and his chronology is very, very errored. It was not 1.5 years before our marriage. It was after our engagement, just about 3-4 months before our marriage.
Okay.
Okay, so we really got.
I was just saying, husband, right? You can always, the chronology will be difficult when it comes to
At
dates.
least we remember the events. Right, that's what it'll go. Just be happy remembering the events.
Sorry about that, but
that's
yeah,
okay.
that's when we really got serious about after the engagement, and we were trying to figure out the nitty-gritties like the marriage expenses, the honeymoon expenses, and so on. So we really started to talk about finances. So was it like, it was like, is it your money, my money, or is it going to be our money? So that was the first thing that we wanted to have a common ground on, right? So at that point we decided, whatever be it, whether I'm earning more or he's earning more, that doesn't matter. The money is going to be one common ground pool.
Yes,
period.
it's important,
right? So we established this fact in the beginning of the relationship itself, and from then we realized that whenever situations arise, whenever problems arise, because we were having that common ground very, very clear that it is our money and we have to figure out how we're going to manage. So it was not that in a challenge, it was not Viju versus Guju. It was VijuGujju together versus the challenge,
yes,
which makes a lot of difference. Okay, in most marriages, couples usually look at finger pointing. This has happened because of you, or this has happened because of me, or it's never because of me, it's always because of you, right? So that's how it small arguments become huge issues, which really cascade into bigger problems, right?
Yeah.
So since we had that common ground very clear between us, whenever the issue happened, it was always VijuGujju together against the challenge. And I think that was the fundamental thing that helped us to move over. And I think we should talk about what was the challenge that we faced, right?
We get into the challenge. In fact, we got married. Yes, everything was going smooth. Like I said, we are spendthrifts, but also we were dreamers.
Yeah, big dreamers.
Big dreamers. We wanted to go and invest into a penthouse. After just about 2 years after marriage. Yeah, about 2 years after marriage, we said, okay, we both are earning well. We'll just go and buy a penthouse, right? And we went and again, took a loan. There is nothing called buying in India, right? It's all EMI house. Okay, so it's not an own house. I call it as an EMI house. So we almost about a crore
It was
and
a
a
very,
half.
very aggressive loan that we both went for. Actually, it took more than 1.5 crore of debt that we had, taken on our heads. But at that point, we were very confident in terms of, based on the earnings that we were having.
Well, we used to earn both together about 3 lakhs take home, so it was good.
Yeah, so
Great
we were
money,
pretty comfortable on that part. This is 2008 that we are talking, right? And we were also of one thing very clear, right? Okay, what if we have to put all the money into the house? What happens to our lifestyle? Because lifestyle is a very important thing when it comes to couples. So then we decided, okay, if that's the case, let us not think of like crunching ourselves or going to saving more. Let's think of finding out new avenues to earn more money.
Yes.
So that was the way we thought. We didn't want to like close our hands and be stuck, but we wanted to see what are the different avenues that we can search for.
Just to add here, it's like, no, if your income is not enough, to meet your dreams, don't reduce your expenses, right? Increase your income.
That's a good way of putting it, Viju.
Yeah. That's how we think always.
Yes, absolutely. But I love the way you articulated it. So it's nice.
Go ahead.
So having said that, so we started, to search for opportunities, because both of us were like working with corporates, two big corporates in India, two IT giants, and what is it that we can do which can give us, if not equal, at least some decent figure, is what we thought. And at that point, network marketing was something that was very new to us. We are salespeople. We've been in the industry, and we had no clue that you can make money using network marketing and the kind of business strategies that are in the market out there.
Yes.
So we got very excited. We took up that initiative. We did pretty well.
Yeah. The first year we made about 30 lakhs.
Less than a year, actually.
Less than a year.
Yeah. So we did so well, because any business, be it network marketing or be it any normal, your traditional businesses, the key thing is that you need to put in the time and effort for it. And at that point, we were so gung-ho about the penthouse, and that penthouse was right in front of our eyes. You will not believe it. We would come back from work by 6:37 p.m.
Yes.
Just go home, freshen up, and just come out and start making presentations after presentations after presentations, all the way till 1 a.m. in the midnight.
And we used to have our dinners on the flyovers, Go there, stand on the flyover. Nobody is there at 12 in the night. Stand on the flyover, have dinner, again get on to the next day cycle.
So that was the kind of crazy amount of effort that we put at that time. And this was, I think, end of 2009. No, 2008.
2008, yeah.
Yes. So end of 2008, we had gotten into a business model from the network marketing angle, and we were putting in a hell of a lot of effort. And then Jan, there was a great news that came that I was pregnant with the first baby.
That was about 2009, actually. 2009 end. You're doing that 1 year completed.
Oh, yeah, sorry, 2009. See, now I...
2000. Oh, my dates are better now. Okay. Getting better
now.
Yes.
So
like he said, he remembers the event very well.
We're balancing out, Amit. Sometimes I falter, sometimes he falters, but at least we both are on the same page.
One thing
that's
is
why
we
you
never
guys.
prepare for it. Yeah.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
That's why you guys are VijuGujju.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so just continuing with the story, January of 2009.
Yes. Let me tell the story from here sometime, right? So 2009 end, after 3 years most of her marriage, she got pregnant, and and 2010 August she delivered the baby. And in fact, I'll tell you, 2009 mid, when 5 months old, she was about 5 months pregnancy. Network marketing for us was boom. We're making a lot of money. With 5 months pregnancy, we flew to Dubai, and she took, the desert safari, so many things, and we had a team of 50 people in the flight with us, right? And awesome it was. Come back.
So which means we're all like literally flying, we knew where we were going or what we were gunning for.
And we thought, wow, our life was going to be like, in different levels altogether, right? Dreams and stuff. Why did we buy this penthouse? Probably we should have bought different things. So the dreams are getting even bigger. 2010.
But what we didn't plan for was my delivery.
Yes.
Okay. We did not think how things will turn out after my delivery. So I delivered an OG, and it was an emergency C-section. And after delivery, of course, I decided to take a break, because it's a totally new experience for a first-time mother. and trying to get the hang of the baby sleep cycle, feeding cycle, it takes a toll on every woman. I'm sure many women will agree with what I'm saying. And that was the time I started stepping down, because at that
But it was also a decision of both of us,
Mm-hmm.
because we felt that it's important that she
Yes.
takes care of the baby, doing the network marketing business, also working in an office is going to be too much on her.
Yes.
Let's quit your official thing. The network marketing is going good.
Yes.
We can make more money. Let's focus there. That
Yes.
was the issue.
that was a couple of months before the
Yes,
delivery. Yes.
just before the delivery. Yeah.
So, so which means my main stream of income, which was my job, was no longer there, and the only stream of income which I could call as a backup was literally not like a backup, because I was not there physically.
Yeah.
And while we were able to pull through for about 6-7 months, that's when the whole financial shit literally hit us.
Because the network marketing business, which see, for me, that was I look back, what I used to always think, what happened, why the network marketing business went down, right? Multiple things happened. She was busy with the baby, and as she was busy with the baby, I realized that was not I was not too much into the business also, right? And it was a learning for me, because I enjoyed anything doing with Guju. That's why I said, right, if Guju is not there, Viju not there sitting there. That's what I realized, right? And especially when you're doing something not job. So salary not there, the network marketing business is going down. And from 2011 was a very tough year for me. That whole year, I don't know how many credit cards I had to manage finances, right? We are smart people. You take money from one credit card, they give you a 6 months interest free, and then you take another credit card, do a balance transfer. You do all those kinds of jugglery without repaying anywhere, right? But you're only building your debts and building your stress, right? It was too bad, right?
Yes, that was a very difficult phase that we went through. And at that point, since we faced this big challenge on how are we going to manage our EMIs, manage the household expenses. We had the baby in the house, so the the milk powder, the diapers, everything is an expense, right? So you start to really calculate every single rupee that you're spending at that point of time.
Yeah.
And then we started to think, I think we need to look at better job opportunities, because at this point I was very clear that I didn't want to get back to the job yet. I wanted to wait till my kid was at least about 1.5 years old and was like, at least talking, conversing. So I didn't want to, leave my child with anybody until she was in a talking mode. And so we started to look at opportunities, and I would say the Singapore opportunity was a big blessing in disguise.
Yes.
And
in fact, when it happened, that's a different story. We have to talk something about how I got that.
Yeah, that's another
story. But let's say we landed in Singapore.
Yes.
I landed with a job here. But after landing here in Singapore is when I realized, in this country, if you have to work and save with single income, it's going to be really difficult.
It's a big challenge.
Okay?
Yes.
Because the cost of education, through everything, the rent and everything is so expensive. And in 3 months' time, we felt, oh shit, we're again kind of into the broke situation.
Mm-hmm.
We're not able to pay back the loan. Everything is going tough. And
it was very tight, I would say.
Yeah, very tight.
And
it was tight. Yeah, still better than what I used to make in India.
Of course.
But it was not like we thought, okay, when we thought we go to Singapore, we can close the loan in 3 years, 5 years. This is a dream you carry.
Yes, this is the only goal that we thought when we came to Singapore, that 5 years mein loan khatam karna hai, and then you want to go back. Right?
Go back to Chennai, right? So that's what we thought, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So then we realized that definitely I had to get my job. So I got my job here. And now imagine I have my job. Viju is having a job. We have a small, 1.5-year-old child at home. And I would say a big shout of gratitude to my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my mother, and my father.
Yeah.
If not for them, I would have never had that peace of mind while going to work, because
they were
here to help us. Literally, they also sacrificed their time in India, and they flew down for us. So 6 months I would have my mother-in-law and father-in-law with us. 6 months I would have my mom and dad with us to help take care of my daughter.
They all understood our problem, how we're going through. In fact, see, when we moved here in Singapore, while in India, we were equally earning. When I said 3 lakhs, I was earning about 1.5, she was earning about 1.5, right? But when we moved in Singapore, it was tough for
me to get a job.
For Guju to get a job. Yeah, because salesperson.
Salespeople, they need an address book, right? I don't have an address book in Singapore.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest challenge. So whatever job I first got into was a job that was paying me even lesser than what I used to make in India.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
but at that point, I had decided, okay, let's go for it, because we need something to save, because that saving is what is going to help us to close our loans faster. So it was decided that we will run the household and the majority of the EMIs from Viju's income, and from my income, we decided that we will save it in the bank. We will not even touch that money till it comes to a end of the year, and then we can kind of try to see if we can give a lump sum and reduce the loan size.
And those years, at least from 2012 to 2014, 2.5, 3 years, I remember, if I tell you, many may not see, oh, these guys, they're spending in yards and there and that. That's the life now, right? That time, I'm telling you, weekends, we don't even want to go and spend money for dinner, okay?
Yeah.
I go to the temple and take free food, because
Yes,
we
used to do
felt
that.
they give very good free food in the temple in Singapore, okay?
Yes.
So we take the MRT, the train, the metro, whatever, right? Go there and take the temple. So many Saturdays I've gone there like that. That is our outing.
Yeah.
Work the whole weekend. We go for a walk in the train, MRT, go to the temple, take the free food there, and come back. Right?
Absolutely. In fact, I remember this. We did not even have any home help. So I would get up at 5 in the morning, finish the household chores. Matlab, right from cooking the breakfast, cooking the lunch, because I had my in-laws or my parents at home and my child. So I had to like cook different meals. Then wash the vessels, rush to office, take the MRT, rush to office, come back home in the evening, make the dinner, feed the my little one, and then after washing the vessels, I had my father-in-law who would help me to chop the veggies for the next day. So we would sit together 10:30, chop the veggies, and then we would hit the bed. So it was like exactly like that every single day.
Yeah, luxury is actually in India. It's never outside.
You won't believe what we did, Amit. What we did, Viju created a Google sheet of expense management.
Every dollar.
Every dollar, every cent, matlab, even if I have spent 30 cents, right, for something,
Yes,
it will be on that sheet.
I remember my mom and my dad keep telling me this. Without your knowledge, $1 also doesn't come in your pocket. You will know the every dollar that you earn, right? But how is that you can't know every dollar going out of your pocket? You should know that too, right? It's absolutely true. Without our intention, even $1 inside the bank cannot come. Then how it is going out like that? So we should calculate everything.
And every month end, it was an exercise. Every month end, we would sit, we would do all those pie charts with the expenses that we made, try to figure out what was the unnecessary expense. Ki isko kam kar sakte hai kya? Can we cut down here or manage here? So this is the way we managed those 2.5 years.
Yeah, I guess we are really on the top of the hour. But I think the point here is, yeah.
Good.
We can go ahead? Okay, good. So, I mean, it went on like that, and about 2.5 years, the amount of money and all of that we saved, and then jumped into another job, which was paying definitely better, and we become financially free. I should say EMI free. I wouldn't say financially free.
Correct.
EMI free.
Debt free.
Okay. 2015. Okay.
And that feeling of being debt free, Amit, is out of the world.
From where you came from.
I don't have any words that can express that feeling, because it's like, you're free. You don't have to literally worry about your next month, how much money is going to the EMI. It all now starts to go into the savings.
And I started hating credit cards. I said I will never have credit cards in my life, because that's the biggest problem for couples.
So credit cards was out. We also stopped doing anything that required a monthly payment EMI cycle.
Aversion to EMIs.
So we did these kind of things. So I think in a nutshell, this was the story that we wanted to share with you all in terms of the kind of.
But additionally, I want to add. See, while I'm sharing this story, what we went through and stuff like that, we fought it together. Over the years, we met many couples, right? And we are surprised to see the way how they manage finances, right? For example, in many houses, they still feel your money is your money, my money is mine, and we independently see it. I said, how is this possible? I mean, this is like similar to infidelity. It's like financial infidelity, right? I would call, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the financial infidelity comes when one couple decides that they want to spend without the knowledge of the other couple.
That's what will
But
happen,
it
right?
happens
Eventually,
gradually. It happens gradually.
if you say your money is yours, my money is mine, we both don't know how much money each of us have, then automatically, is automatically it's going to get into somewhere else.
True.
That's the situation. Even I also feel it's important, whether it's the man of the house or the women of the house, each other to know what money, who has invested where as well,
Yes.
right? That's also important. It's not only about our money. When it goes into even investments, it's
Absolutely.
important that both of them take the joint decision, because some investments can backfire. Some the other partner can get into any kinds of debt issue. This has happened even in our own house, right? I never knew that my father, what money he had, where he had kept it, right? When he actually passed away on sudden day, none of us are clueless in terms, at least my mom, I thought she would be, and she was not even aware. She had some documents there, and it was all the time. I realized it's important couples discuss about all these things and
True.
they have clear clarity on it.
Absolutely, that is very important, because at least in our case, there are many cases that we have seen, Amit, where in case there's a death in the family, and by chance that individual has a debt on his head when he's passed on. Imagine the family gets a shocker. Of course, the shock of losing a loved one is there, and on top of that, you come to know that he has so much of debt. How do you manage that? So I think transparency, communication, these are very key when it comes to financial matters. And this is one area where each and every couple should plan, whether they're planning it before marriage or after marriage, but they should have a common plan, because if they don't have a plan, when there is a challenge, they're going to falter and fall.
Yeah. Another second important point which I wanted to make is if you look at the way how personality you were talking about.
Yes.
Right.
Initially I spoke about.
Yeah, you talk about the personality. In our case, both of us have been spendthrifts. It's easier, okay. But the difficult part is both of us realizing and then moderating it.
Yes.
But what if one partner is a spendthrift, and what if the other partner is stingy in nature, right? How do they deal with this? Most of the times I've seen problems happen in this way, right?
True.
And it has happened even, in many of my friends where I've noticed that, these kind of issues keep cropping up with them, right? I only tell them you need to balance it, right? You need to respect each other as individuals.
Absolutely. See, when you come into a marital relationship, first there has to be a respect for each other, because of not just what you're bringing on the table, but what just you are as two people coming together. If you're not having that basic respect for each other, then the whole thing falls flat, because then you start pointing, hey, you're not making any money, or you're making lesser money than I am making, or you know what, I know how to manage this expense much better than you. You don't even know how to negotiate. So these kind of things, small things which are bitter to hear, they start cropping up in a relationship, only makes the relationship more sour.
Yeah.
So how to avoid all this, right? So you first respect each other, and then you
This is like when you say this, I remember it's the power play story what you play in the house. Right? It's the power play, right? Who is the power here, right? It doesn't mean the person who's earning has got the power and the person who's not earning does not have the power. That's the most nonsense way of actually, I'm sorry to be rude here, right? Nonsense way of deciding, right? I relate this to let's say a car example, okay? Mm-hmm. I keep telling this. Let's take in a car, the person who's earning is the accelerator, okay? Now, the man, typically 90% of the households, at least in India, the money maker is the man, right? So they are the accelerators of the house. Now, let's relate to the woman who is not earning as equal as man, or who's not even working. They are considered as the brake of the house, right? They are like the brake of the car. Now, I ask a simple question to the man, who is all the time the power guy and stuff like that. Come on, if you are the accelerator, the car, you think I remove the brake of the car. I remove the brake out of the car. Do you think you can accelerate and run? You cannot run. You are able to press the accelerator so fast because you know when I can press the brake, the car will stop. If there is nothing called a brake, all the cars will be going very slow.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing in the relationship. Yeah. If one partner is an accelerator, the other partner could be the brake of the car, but these two has to work together for the car to run.
Absolutely. Yes.
Right?
I love the way you said that.
Yeah, that's fantastic analogy.
Yeah, true.
So I was just gonna say that you shared so many things, and all of them are very relevant. I'll not start my story here, but I'll do say that there is an experience where I know what happens when a loved one dies, and when you don't have things in place, because at our place there was police who were in, then I know what happens with the spouse. One thing I've just done these days is that I've learned that, I've created a folder with everything that I have digitalized, everything, period. And I've given the password of that folder to my wife, and it's on the cloud. And I told her that the day I die, that's what you need to access.
Very
And
important.
I've also said this to my friend as well, so that if she is not able to access, he can help him out. You know, so that's my learning. But let me share some comments here
Yeah.
that we have got. So Alok Joshi says hi, so that's
Hi.
good. And there, sorry, Santosh Nimani says hi, VijuGujju. That was right at the start.
Yeah.
And one more from Seema Menon. She says, very nice car story. True. Absolutely, Seema. Absolutely. And there are many more, not many comments here. Like I said, StreamYard doesn't allow many comments. So for people who are online and posting comments, don't worry. Viju and Guju are going to go back and respond to you guys, definitely. All right. And
Definitely.
there are definitely likes that I see here.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
There's
so
you
much.
one
so much.
more. Pooja Single says hi. Hi, Pooja.
Hi,
All
Pooja.
right. Fantastic. Fantastic. With that, I know I can continue with this lovely couple forever. However, uh, time is not the problem. The best part is that I can get these lovely couple again for yet another interesting round of stories with me. Oh, there's one more comment. Wait, people are waking up with comments. Jay Shri says hi, VijuGujju. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, let's keep the comments on.
See,
And
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry, no, I was just going to say that. Uh, let's see your lovely children for a moment, if it's possible. Can you get
You know
them?
Oh
what?
yeah.
We're telling
On,
them, don't come here,
Yeah.
don't
Come
come
here.
here. Okay, come here. Just say hi
no,
to
no,
them.
let them see them. They're part of the story. So
I didn't take a
everyone
mask.
should be able to see.
They
Hi,
are busy
hello,
going to the
hi,
play.
This is my little one,
hi,
Anantika.
sweet.
It's okay. So come here. Come
And this is my elder one, Avantika.
Hi, hi, lovely.
here. Okay.
You guys can stay if you like to. No worries.
They are
And
rushing to the play
now,
area. See, bye bye.
yeah.
Have
in my bag. Bye. Bye.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that. We had to
Yeah.
send them
Oh
away.
no, don't be. It's all in the part of the show, right? That's how the fun is. It's not monotonous. People should not know कि अरे अमित script से पढ़ रहा है.
That can never happen. At least with
All
us.
right, so, yeah, exactly. Now let me ask you the one question that I ask all my guests. Is that, do you feel that stories do impact? Do you feel that storytelling is important? If yes, how?
Okay, this is a very, very good question, Amit. And I will, what I believe, and I've always believed in this, right? Every experience in our life is a story, right? And every story, or every, when you have a learning from every experience, which means every story has a learning to it, right? Now, what we love that what you're doing is bringing so many stories from so many lives and bringing it forward and getting people to see that these are the kind of stories that are there in the world. And you're actually creating a wonderful platform where people are able to connect, people are able to understand, like this is, hey, this is my story, right? Because when you see your normal couples like us everywhere, you tend to relate to the story, and what we share today is a very, very common story in every household. And when a particular individual or is able to handle that challenge or that story and has got an experience, when you are bringing that out in the form of stories that impact, I think that makes a big impact with a small story.
Absolutely. I totally agree with Guju here. See, in fact, I always relate to the butterfly, right? You see the butterfly, very beautiful, all that, but we don't know what it went through unless and until somebody told us. Then, see, if somebody knows what it went through, today we remember the butterfly not for the beautiful wings, we all remember the butterfly for the struggle it went through to come out and go, right? That's a story. Right?
Absolutely.
And now if you look at, we are writing a book, correct? So, at least for me, I'm not a book person. I don't read. I mean, I never read many books or any books, I should say. Otherwise, she's going to look at me. So I'm writing a book here, and I'm just wondering, what should I write? When I started initially writing, okay, how can you help a couple? 7 steps, 6 steps, 4 formulas, 5 formulas, 8 things, 9 things, right? Whatever that 9 things I wrote, I can't remember the next day morning. Forget about the couple who's going to read that, right? When I myself cannot remember that 9 things, 6 things, 7 things, I said, what are we actually in? Then what am I remembering? Even I've attended so many sessions, transformation programs, blah, blah, mentorship programs. After 7 months, 8 months, 1 year, you don't remember those 4 formulas, 5 bullets, nothing. But you will remember those 2, 3 strong stories, what they said.
Yes.
You will never forget those stories. And if that story goes along with the person who is narrating it, who's gone through it, then you'll never forget that person also. Then how can you forget the story? Right? So what you're doing is great, awesome.
And I think we would like to give a big shout of thank you and a lot of gratitude towards you for creating this wonderful platform where you're bringing so many stories that impact for so many people. Thank you so much, Amit, for that.
Oh, thank you. No, I love the analogies. Another one, the butterfly. It is really fantastic. So this is exactly what the whole idea was. And when someone views the butterfly named VijuGujju now, they do not know how beautiful they are unless and until they went and heard their story. And that's exactly what the purpose was. Viju, I love the analogy. Now,
one more
let
thing I
me
want to tell
share.
you about, one more thing I want to tell you about you, Amit. Sorry to cut you in there. See, I don't know whoever is watching this video. The other best part, what you've been doing, is you're not only making people to tell stories come here. There are not many people who are good at storytelling. It's not easy. People are, when you put them onto a stage, when you put them to share the story, they struggle, they tremble. Everybody has got a story. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not living, you're dead, right? You have a story, but you don't want to sell the story because of whatever limiting beliefs, inhibitions you have, and you're breaking that. You're breaking that. You've written a book of, storytelling, and you're actually teaching people, hey, come on, tell your story. If you're not able to tell your story, come, I'll teach you how to tell a story. That's the best part you're even doing. Kudos to that.
Thanks. We should quickly move to you guys again. Otherwise, logo ko lagega ke it's a it's an ad here. No, but thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I want to take some more comments here because there are more comments and lovely. Let me share it. So TM Soumya says it was nice listening to you, Riddhi and Vijay. Thanks for sharing your experience. Thank you, Soumya. Jyoti says, hi, dear VijuGujju, lovely story. Absolutely.
Thank you. That's
then
my
we
mom.
have. Sweet. That's nice. Kavya says, VijuGujju, you are truly inspiring, charming, and cheerful people. Absolutely. I completely agree. We have another comment from Sejal. Amazing storytelling from your life experience. Thanks, VijuGujju. Lovely. And there is one more comment. Seema, yes, experience, connect the experience. Now I think I should have heard before. Financial planning. Thank you so much. Lovely.
Thank you, Seema.
All right. We are overboard with time, but that's not a problem. Now I want you guys to share. Let me first thanks the audience, then I'll pass it on to you, and then you guys answer my question and we'll end it there. Okay? Sure. So first of all, thank you very much all the people who are watching live for all the lovely comments. I loved it. And all the people who are gonna watch it in recording. Now, if you wanna share such an impactful story with me on the show, please comment to me. Now, let me pass it on to Guju asking about their new book and when they plan to launch it and few things that you can expect from that book.
Hey, thank you, Amit. Thank you so much for that. Actually, like Viju mentioned, right? Writing a book was never in the agenda of life. And things changed. We decided to write the book. And we started to write. That the interesting thing is, as we start to write, we wanted to figure out how many words we wanted to go. So it was around 35,000 to 45,000, 35 to 40,000 words was the plan, initial plan. And as we write, we realize that our story is not going to finish in 35,000 words. It may take 80,000 words or 100,000 words. And what do we do now? And then, we decided on this idea that, hey, we have a lot of stories to share. So why do we do it in just one book? We're going to make it as a 2-part book. So that was the first thing that we decided.
Because we didn't want to move the date. 5th, 14th, Valentine's Day, we decided we have to launch the book, come what may. Right? So,
yes.
Yeah, that's why we decided, okay, I can't write 40,000 more now. Let's break it.
Yes, let's break. So we're coming out with 2 books. The first book is launching, as Viju said, on the Valentine's Day, the day that is, the day which is famous for lovers and couples. So yeah, we're doing the launch then. And what we have done very interestingly, Amit, is that we have split the book in such a way that we have shared our experiential journey. So it's tidbits from our memory.
Let me start with that first experience. Okay, then she'll know. See, people may think, even when I was talking to the editor yesterday, who was for the first talk, he was saying, guys, you guys are talking so well. I guess I may not have much of issues with the grammar correction and stuff like that. It is going to be faster. I said, please, don't judge the book by its cover. You don't know about my past, right? I'm just sharing this. I told this in the book also. I said, see, I studied my primary from a vernacular language school, in Tamil. Even today, I struggle to write things. My first love letter, which I gave in English to a girl, she corrected the grammar and rejected me back. Okay. So after that, I stopped. I have never written a love letter after that.
You will not believe it's going to be 15th year of marriage now for us. I haven't received even one love letter from this darling.
I can't write. Okay.
You have received a lot of.
Yeah, I have the whole person, right? Yeah, but you still love to read something, right? The romance and all that. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, come on, guys. When a person who can write a love letter and get a grammar correction and get rejected can write a book, anything is possible. So just believe in yourself, and I think it should start happening, right?
True.
And I know she's the one who's going through all the problems as a write, trying to read what have you written, your chronology, all the nonsense. Okay. I mean, there are a lot of interesting things. Yeah.
So what we have done, Amit, we have split the book as like from the time, a bit of introduction about both of us. And from the time we met until the day of marriage, that's forming the book 1. Okay. And from the first day of marriage till today. Okay. So that's going to be forming the book 2. So we have split this like that. And anything you want to add?
Yeah. In the first book, fundamentally what we were thinking was, we wanted to share our experiences. At the same time, we wanted to bring in very key messages.
Yes.
As that any couple need to really see how we address them, and if they could also learn from those experiences. Those kinds of messaging is what we have dealt with, because our marriage was definitely not easy. There are a lot of things. What happens is, what happened then, if you look back now, you again get a lot of learnings looking back into your own story.
Yes.
You would see that, oh shit, we should have actually handled it this way. We could have handled it in a better way, right? Or at least let's see what we can do for our children, how we were actually grown, right? There could be a lot of analogies you can actually draw. And then we're trying to say, looking back now, how we are addressing, how we are doing it, what we did there, stuff like that.
Yes.
Right?
So I think in short, Amit, our book is predominantly our experiences, our stories, our learnings, and we've created snippets where people can see if this is a similar situation that they are facing. They can maybe use the tactic that we use and help themselves. So
yeah, and fundamentally, what we're trying to do is, if you want to become a power couple, and why we are behind power couple, right? You should share that. Yeah.
See, the thing is, what we have realized, Amit, is like the partners can be as successful as the other partner allows the other person to be, right? So if you really want to be a super successful individual, you need to ensure your partner is also supporting you in that journey. because
Vice versa.
yeah, whichever way, whether it's the man or the woman, it works both ways, right? When you have the support of each other, okay, and how do you get the support of each other? There are a lot of things that work back on this, right? First is the base comes with the communication, the transparency, the trust, the respect that you have for each other, the values, the core values that you share. So there are so many things that make up, a couple, a power couple. And while what we were seeing is that we want to see if there is a way of bringing this awareness amongst couples, because that's when you can be the best version of yourself. While you want to be the best version of yourself, and if your partner is pulling you down, then there's something wrong fundamentally,
Yeah.
right? So we are trying to see how we can get both the partners on the same page, on the same level, where both of them are uplifting each other and are also, fulfilling their heart's desires, and also feeling satisfied with their lives. So that is the reason VijuGujju has become a movement for Viju and me, and we want to see how we can take it forward and impact as many lives as we can.
And again, reason is we feel that couples are the ones who are making this generation.
Yes.
And they are the ones who are going to make the next generation better. And as a couple, if you yourself have not figured out the best way of addressing, how will your children seeing you, someone seeing you will grow up, right? So we feel it's important. Even let's say for me, the days when I had a fight with my wife, the day is definitely a bad day, right? You will not be having your full focus on other activities.
Both ways.
Right? Both ways, right? You will be struggling with that till the time you settle that issue.
Yes.
Now, why do you want to carry that baggage all the time, right? How do you clear that issue out? What is the biggest problem people face, like ego, stuff, how you're handling that, trust, right? Today's situation, I feel so sad when I see couples in the restaurant busy on their phones, right? Not busy in talking. Or couples who don't even share passwords.
Their phone passwords.
Phone passwords. This password for a person will not share the phone password to the other person. If you can't even share your phone passwords, then where is the trust you guys are really having? Right?
No, we are talking about living the life together, and we are not even there on the basic, thread, right? So it's something that is, fundamentally wrong, which is what we feel. So we're trying to see how we can, impact and share our understanding, and see how we can, impact people to move on and become better versions, right? So that is the key here.
And there are going to be a lot of funny incidents in the story as well. The first time when I really wanted to have an ice-breaking session with Riddhi, it ended up into an ass-breaking session for me. To say, there could be such snippets also in the book. So it's not going to be a very serious book. There's going to be a lot of at least fun side of, what happened. And at the same time, the biggest struggle. There was a time that, in our marriage, we never thought we'll never get married also, right? So such kinds of situations are also there.
Yeah. So I think I would call it like a sine curve, because when there is a sine curve, there is life, and every life needs that sine curve. When it's a flat line, we know it's a dead, right? So we are sharing those sine curve of situations that have been in our life, both the up moments, the down moments, and I think that's all in the book. So if you really want to know, what are the different kind of moments that you get to see in a couple's lives, yes, please do pick up our book.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Anyway, we'll do a lot of marketing there. Thanks, Amit, for bringing that out.
Oh, no, definitely. We made sure that we have introduced you. This last comment that I see here is looking forward for your book. Absolutely, Seema. And
Thank you,
before I would just like to give one advice to you is to make a third book of making of the Mad for Each Other book. Right. So that could be so that could be another thing that you can remember. Oh my God, how you wrote 2 books. So the making of the 2 books. All right.
Thank you for the idea, Amit. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, lovely people. And I'm quite happy to see a lot of people online and a lot of likes that have been shared, a lot of comments that have been shared. I'm looking all over my screen because I'm seeing all the things. And with that, we come to end of our lovely show with Viju and Guju, the butterfly couple. And we do all the best to you guys. And thank you very much for coming to my show and blessing your presence and time.
Thank you
Okay.
so much,
Thank you.
Amit.
Thank
It's
you,
an
Amit.
honor to be on your show, and we are very, very happy to be here today. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, everyone, for watching us.
Yes, thank you to everyone who is watching us, who've given us your positive and wonderful motivating comments. Thank you so much for everything.
Yeah. And look out for, there are links that are shared in the sections, and I will ask Viju and Guju to go ahead and reply all the comments and share their links whenever the books are live and where it is and so on. Okay.
Perfect.
So fantastic. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, guys, and say
Thank
hi
you.
to your daughters, and see you
Absolutely.
guys
And
soon.
just one quick one. Today is the wonderful occasion of Sankranti, Pongal,
Oh,
and
yes,
Lodi
yes.
getting celebrated across
Yes.
India. So
Yes.
wishing you all a very happy and prosperous
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pongal, Sankranti to
Sankranti,
everyone.
Makar Sankranti. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for watching us.
Absolutely. All right. Perfect. Wonderful day.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks, Amit.
Bye.
You
Yeah.
too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.